welcome to my channel. My name is Alma, and I'm here today. I'm getting ready to head out to my friends of the library in my town, and twice a month they open up their store, and it's so much fun. This past year, I have picked up so many books that sorry, I'm in my car getting ready, warming it up because it's, as you can see from outside, it's pretty dreary. It's been raining all day, and so what was I saying? Oh, yes. I'm getting ready to head out to the library. And like I said, they're having their sale today. And their sale is really great because all of their paperbacks are 50 cents and their hardbacks are $1. And then they also have children's tons of kids' books for like 25 cents, buy one, get one free. So practically nothing. I've picked up a lot of great books for my daughter recently. But anyway, I'm gonna decided to take you along. I'm gonna take some pictures or take some video while I'm there if I can, and then when I get back, I will show you what I picked up, and hopefully there's some good books there today. First sale of the new year. All right, we'll see you in a little. Okay, well, I'm back home. I spent about an hour there at the library, and as you can see, they had tons of books, and it was raining really bad. So I was surprised when I saw a ton of people in there shopping. But they had quite a few new ones, and I got my stash here to show you. So yeah, did groceries, did some running around, and sadly, it's still kind of gloomy outside. So I just wanted to tell you what I picked up, and I got some good ones, I think. So the first one I'm going to take out of here is this is by author that I read one of her books this past year called um, The Dream Daughter, and this person is Diane Chamberlain, and this book is called Secrets She Left Behind. And I'm just gonna set this down here. Sorry. So this is called Secrets She Left Behind, and this is it says one afternoon, single mother Sarah Weston says that she was going to the store and never returns. In her absence, she leaves her teenage son alone with his damaged past and a legacy of secrets. So this is a contemporary kind of family, maybe drama kind of thing. So, I mean, I really enjoyed her other books. So when I saw her name there, I picked it up, and I haven't seen a whole lot of her books there at the library before. So got that one. And then this one is called Vera. I never heard of this one. It's by Carol Edgarian. But when I read the back, I thought this sounds really interesting. So this one has to do with, says New York Times best-selling author Carol Endegaran delivers an astonishing feat of imagination, a grand adventure set in 1906 San Francisco, a city leveled by an earthquake and fires, featuring an indomitable heroine coming of age in the aftermath of catastrophe. Can't read today, and her quest for renovation. So last year I read a book uh, surrounded it, with the background of the earthquake in San Francisco as well, called The Nature of Fragile Things by Suzanne Meisner, which was one of my number one books of the year. So when I saw this one had the same, not theme, but well, surrounding that time period, I wanted to give it a try. So the historical fiction here. Okay, in my bag. Okay, this one, I almost didn't get this one because this is part of a series and it's not the first book. So this is by Irene Hannon, and it's called Deceived, and it's part of the Private Justice novel. And I believe this is the third book. Let me look through this real quick. Yeah. So the first book is called Vanished. The second book is called Trapped, and then this one's Deceived. But I've heard that she's really a really good Christian author that does just like suspense kind of books, and so I'm not even going to read the back. I really don't want to know what it's about since I don't have the first one. So what I'll do is I'll probably like check out the first two books like on Libby, and then I have this one to read. So I usually don't get pickup books if they're in a series and they're like third or fourth, but this one, they don't. My library bookstore doesn't have a ton of Christian fiction authors, so when I find them, and I hadn't seen hers there before, so when I find them, I usually just try to grab what I can. Now this one, I just thought the premise behind it sounded really interesting. This is called "This Is How I Lied" by Heather. These names today: Gudenkoff. And this one says, everyone has a secret. They'll do anything to hide. It says 25 years ago, the body of a 16-year-old Eve Knox was found in the caves near her home in small town Grotto, Iowa, discovered by her best friend, Maggie, and her sister, Nola. There were a handful of suspects, including her boyfriend, Nick, but without sufficient evidence, the case ultimately went cold. So this is going to be about a cold case for this missing person. And the town, Grotto, Iowa, kind of caught me because my husband is from Iowa. So not that he's from Grotto, Iowa, but I just thought that was kind of interesting. So kind of it says it's a twisty, evocative tale that intertwines page-turning suspense with characters that creep into your very bones. An exhilarating thriller. So, thriller here. Now, this one is called Bittersweet by Kathy Marie Hake, and it's an older book. But the reason I picked it up was because it's from Bethany House Publishers, and so I knew it was a Christian fiction book. And it's really old because when I looked it up, it's 2007, so it's an older book. But this one says Lainey McCain has unabashedly had her sights set on Galen O'Sullivan for years. And though Galen has treated her as nothing more than his best friend, pesky tagalong sister, Lainey dares hope that now is the time he will open his eyes and truly recognize the woman she's become. Okay, so it sounds like it's a best friend, love interest. Well, not best friend, but it's got a cute little pig on it. I think it's cute. But anyway, so that sounds like a little sweet little historical maybe historical fiction, Christian fiction, little romance. So there's that one. Now, I have a ton of World War II books. In fact, these are all my World War II books here. I did a video of all of those a while back, and I'll link it below if you're interested in seeing that. So whenever I see a World War II book, I kind of read it and look it over. And this one sounded really good. It's called The Librarian Spy by Madeline Martin. And she wrote The Last Bookshop in London. So, and I have heard of that one. So this one is this a recent book? Let's see how old this one is. This one is, yeah, 2022, so not too terribly old. So this says Ava thought her job as a librarian at the Library of Congress would mean a quiet, routine existence, but an unexpected offer from the U.S. military has brought her to Lisbon with a new mission, posing as a librarian while working undercover as a spy gathering intelligence. Interesting. So that's good. This is going to go right here on my World War II shelf. Right there. It's going to go right there. The other ones weren't World War II. No, that was 19. Yeah, so that was the only one I got so far. Okay. Then I got one well, I've got a couple hardbacks, but this is one hardback book that I got, and I recognize the title. I must have seen it on BookTube recently. This one's called The Girl Who Fell from the Sky by Heidi Duro. And this one, and I didn't really know too much about it, but this one says Rachel, the daughter of a Danish mother and black GI, becomes the sole survivor of a family tragedy after a fateful morning on a Chicago rooftop. Oh man. So this is a oh, I did look it up. It's like a about a young woman coming of age kind of story too, going through tragedy. A breathless telling of a tale we've never heard before. Or maybe I heard it was kind of a retelling too when I looked it up on Goodreads. So be interested to know if anybody's read this one. Let's see how old this one is. This one is from, oh, it is older. It's 2010. So this one's been around a while. So hey, if anybody's out there that's read this, let me know what you think. Okay. And then I picked up this one up for my daughter. I have a teenage daughter, and this is Teen Beauty Secrets. Fresh, simple, sassy tips for. So it's kind of a cute little, with little tips and stuff for her to look through. I just thought that would be cute for her. So I got that. But my big find was something, if you noticed in the video from when I just filmed, you probably know which book I'm going to talk about next, or this is the last one in my bag. This one, I noticed it right away. They in the library, they always have the new books for display. And this one, I was like, yes, I'll take it. So this is by Christine Hanna, and it's called The Great Alone. And I read her book, The Nightingale, last November, and I loved it. Absolutely loved it. It was one of my year's best for me. And then when I was in the bookstore talking to one of the ladies there, she raved about this one and said that she was in the process of reading all of Kristen Hanna's books. She just recently discovered her, and she read Nightingale and she loved it, and she said this one was just as good. So this one is, oh, look at that. That's cool. So this book is set in Alaska, and I just finished reading a book set in Alaska, so we're going back to Alaska. It says here, Alaska, 1974, unpredictable, unforgiving, untamed, for a family in crisis, the ultimate test of survival. It says, Ernst Albright, a former POW, comes home from the Vietnam War changed and volatile man. When he loses yet another job, he makes an impulsive decision. He will move his family north to Alaska, where they will live off the grid in America's last true frontier. Okay. So this, yeah, I think I'm going to probably read this next month. It's one of these, like, I want to read it right away. So that was a big find. I know a lot of you out there have already read this book, or it's on your TBR as well. So that is another great time that I had at the library. like I said earlier, that my library has the sale twice a month, and sometimes they'll do little pop-ups. But I'm always amazed at how many new books they get in, and for me, I'm so behind in reading. All of these books, even the older ones, are new to me. Especially when I find an author that I really enjoy, then I want to go back and read all the other things that they've written before. So that's all my books that I have today. Thank you for watching and hanging out with me just for a little bit to see all the great little finds for, very economical.